So I'm working on a clone of a Delta Unisaw. If you look at the internal parts here, my goodness, it looks very similar to a Unisaw in design. The castings aren't quite as elegant or precise, a little bit more sort of industrial looking, no real aesthetic clean edges or sculpted shapes, but clearly this is modeled after the Delta Unisaw. You've got the rear trunnion and trunnion bracket with this shaft running all the way through with the worm gear. You've got your arbor bracket, your yoke, your motor bracket. Everything is virtually the same. And once the patents expired on a lot of this Delta machinery and also powermatic machinery, companies picked up the designs and went to Asia and found ways to produce the designs maybe a little bit more cheaply, a little bit more affordably. Still, it's a quality saw. It's going to do the work necessary, just perhaps not the prestige and perhaps not the quality of castings that the Unisaw would have, or the powermatic. It's interesting to look at Grizzly machines, North State machines, a lot of machines that are made in Asia, Jet even. And if you look at the actual guts of the machines and you know anything about vintage machinery, the vintage stuff is where it all came from. I'll give you another example of that here with the Powermatic 26, the shaper that Powermatic made for years. Grizzly has a shaper called a 1026. And if you look at the parts diagrams, they are very similar. So it happened quite a bit. The Unisaw was really cloned as a major table saw of companies producing, manufacturing out of Asia. The Powermatic shaper was a clone. And then also the Delta 8-inch joiner. You see a lot of replicas that look very similar to the Delta GJ20. And so that's my theory of what happened. I have no proof of that. Some of you may know more about that than I do. But I think I've read some about that as well, and it seems to be the case. So I'm going to clean up this North State and put it back to use and get it all where it needs to be. It did have a 3-phase motor on it, so I'm going to swap that out for a single phase probably. And these had a bracket to match up with the motor bracket in there, so you can use a more traditional frame motor, and it's got the bracket mounted there. So should be a fun project, and I just wanted to share with you all a little bit about this similarity with all the internal parts. Here's a few pictures as well to document this. Again, it's just sort of an interesting thing about machinery and what's changed over time. That first picture there was a North State Taiwan-made machine. Here's a Unisaw internals. You can see the similarities. Here's a Jet, looking at the motor internals, and then here's the Unisaw. Again, the similarities are eerie. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope the video has been helpful for you. Feel free to subscribe using the subscribe link. And if you've benefited from the channel and enjoy what you see here, consider donating by using the PayPal link that's on my banner picture on my YouTube channel homepage. I put out a video per week. Hope they're helpful. Anything else I can do, contact me. Thanks a lot.